The night, wait, easy. him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. The line where he's in you asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now or forever hold your peace. A line where he's in you asleep. I wonder who.
This is kvci.blogspot.com. I'm George Boston Rhines. I'm in Valdosta, Georgia, in the county of Lowndes and in the state of Georgia. There's a lot happening here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia in 2013. And so I want to talk to you this evening about Mr. Kendrick Johnson, a young man, 17 years old, that were found dead in the Lowndes County High School old gymnasium. Did you know that before Kendrick Johnson was found dead in the Lowndes County High School gym, that we have had 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2009. And from 2009 to present, no one knows how many jail deaths have occurred. The local newspaper, the Valdosta Daily Times, ABC, NBC, WALB, Fox, and other local news media and radio stations have not even tried to find out why Valdosta and Lowndes County are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. It is as if though human life does not mean much in our community. And just like any other small town or metro city across America, we have more churches, more rabbis, more imams in Islam, more pastors than we've ever had in the history of this nation. And yet, the people, the leaders, the spiritual leaders, the followers of Muhammad, the followers of Allah, the followers of the son of Amram and Yoshabel Moses, the followers of Jesus the Christ, they're all silent for the most part. Even the civil rights leaders, such as the Honorable Jesse L. Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton, and many others, seem to have forgotten the dream of Dr. King, and therefore rural America seems to have been lost in the cosmos. And so it seems as if though we have given up. Yeah, that's it. Seems like the people here in South Georgia in particular, here in Valdosta, South Georgia in general, have lost all hope of ever getting the dream back that Dr. King and others gave so much to try and build a better America. So where is the solution to the problems in South Georgia? Where can we find a solution? You know, I think before we even look at trying to find a solution, we must first find out what is the problem. How did we get in this condition wherein the people have given up hope? Well, it seems as if though the people have problems, but they don't have a news media, a news source to report their stories. I meet members of law enforcement who come to me and confide in me. They tell me that they want to retell their stories about injustices. They want to tell me about rats as big as cats in the jail. They want to talk about the old jail that housed the women inmates, and that is very inhumane, and that we shouldn't even be having any human beings in that part of the jail. And so, but what do we do? What do we do? Well, and so I want to say to you, let us all wake up today. Let us wake up to the new realities that if we continue down this path, we will be working in a plant that makes baby formula. And they may know that chemicals and radiation is being put into the baby formula. But because of fear, we won't say anything. It's just like on a job today. They are taking away workers' rights. But people fear for their job so much until they can watch people mistreated, abused, and terminated. And they say nothing. We're not building a better America when we do this. I'm just hoping, and I pray, that this young man, Kendrick Johnson, that died at an early age for whatever reason, I hope that just maybe his death will open the door so others may live. So let us ask a few questions before we close this out. I want to talk about unanswered questions in the death of Kendrick Johnson. Yes, concerning Kendrick Johnson, number one, if this young man's body was found at 10:30 in the gymnasium in a wrestling mat, why did it take from 10:30 to 4:30 or 4 o'clock for the coroner to come and look and do his job? And what have we heard from the coroner, Mr. Watson? We don't hear nothing from the coroner, number one. Number two, how could anyone say we don't expect foul play before a thorough investigation? And surely before the coroner makes his determination. In addition to that, What was going on in the gymnasium? Why was Mr. Johnson in the gym alone? How did he get into the gym? There's too many unanswered questions. And I will say like the father, Mr. Kenneth, the reason we must pursue this case and get some high-powered attorneys and some media attention to this particular case, or it will be just like the case of Willie James Williams, where we received no justice. And from that, a video was put together called A Chorus of Fear. A Chorus of Fear. Please Google Willie James Williams video, A Chorus of Fear. And why is it, or how could it be, that according to the family of this young man, Kendrick Johnson, that died on January 11th, 2013. His body was found rolled up in a gym mat. But the family tells me that nobody from the school, no teacher, no principal, no counselor, nobody came with expressions of sympathy to his home or said anything to them, except the superintendent, who came and, according to the father, stayed for about 2 minutes. It seemed as if, though, something is wrong. I'm hoping that through Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you, that just maybe the time has come for the civil rights movement to reach Valdosta. So we can look at the 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2009. And from 2009 to 2013, we don't know how many jail deaths. And they won't even report it. The sheriff's department will not give us the names of the inmates that have died in that jail from 1994 to 2013. We just don't know. I stood before the city and county at some level about these jail deaths, even showed a white lady with all her teeth knocked out, the front of her mouth, gouges on her legs. No one seemed to care about the loss of human life. It seemed as if, though, the old 1860 mentality to control, suppress, and abate the citizens here in Valdosta and Lowndes County is alive and well. I'm hoping that the family of Warren Gotti, another man that was murdered at G95 radio station, still unresolved. I'm hoping that other deaths will be looked into. And I was told that in March of 2010, and I got this on DVD, wherein a former inmate wanted to get it on record, just in case something happened to him, that a young man was tased in medical in the Lowndes County Jail. And he died. And nothing was done about it. Not one publication was in the newspaper. Now, I don't even know if it's true or not. I have reserved that DVD, but I think it's time now to let the general public know what the people here in Valdosta and Lowndes County and South Georgia in general have been going through and suffering and enduring. But because we don't have a real free press to press our words on paper in the eyes of the general public so they will know what's going on in their beloved community. And so, everybody just hush, hush. So what must we do today? All these articles was in the Valdosta Daily Times back in 1998, 99. We tried to let the people here in South Georgia know that something was gravely wrong here in Valdosta in Lowndes County, Georgia. We went to the United States Justice Department. We went to the governor, senators and representatives, trying to draw attention to the outside world, let them know that something was gravely wrong here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia. Al Parson of the Lake Park Post gave his life trying to bring about change here. But there seemed to be a clique among the slicks that controls, in my most humble opinion, what is published to the general public. Do you not know that just 18 miles away, a public meeting in Brooks County, wherein they had voter problems at the Brooks County Board of Elections. We were at a meeting, and the meeting was never called to order. No minutes was approved. The agenda was never approved. There was not a recorder or secretary to record the minutes. It was as if though we were in the 1800s. Dr. Nancy Dennett, one of the Quitman 10 that were arrested for alleged voter fraud and mishandling of absentee ballots, that were moved from public office by Governor Nathan Deal. But that same governor have never issued an executive order to investigate the 31 jail deaths from 1994 to 2013, or rather from 1994 to 2009, and from 2009 to 2013, we don't know how many jail deaths have occurred for whatever reason. And so there's a possibility that we could be talking about 60 deaths or more. And we have no idea of what is going on. And so when Mr. Kendrick Johnson died in the Valdosta or Lowndes County Gymnasium, in the black African American communities, in the white right communities, questions flared up to the level that we just hope that maybe no more of our young children will perish for the lack of people caring about other people. I presented this to the Valdosta City Council. This is the white lady. Her teeth was knocked out. These are gouges that were on her leg. These are some of the letters I posted, presented to Valdosta City Council. All these letters from inmates. Yet, nobody seems to care. Something is seriously wrong here in Valdosta. And I've been trying to present through YouTube videos to report what our local news media have failed to report. And so now, like the father of this young man, what will happen now? Will we, after a few weeks or a month or two, just say, well, that's just the way it is, and there's nothing we can do? Well, I remain sure that eventually God's grace and God's love will penetrate the hearts and minds of the people here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and in other locations around the state of Georgia, that hopefully will ensure that justice will arrive in our community. To the beloved family, to the bereaved family, on behalf of KVCI, George Foster Rams, I do what I do because I served my nation for over 20 years in foreign nations during the Vietnam era to ensure the rights of foreigners, to ensure that they had a free press, that they could report their stories to, a television station and radio station that would tell the truth to the general public. And if I could put my life on the line along with my relatives and my neighbors and in some cases my enemies, if I could put my life on the line with them, for them, then should I not stand up for the people in my own home? Should not you stand up? And above all, should not we stand up for our young people and say,
good evening and welcome in to Fox 31 News Weekend. I'm Matt Pritchard. Well, the body of a Lowndes County high school student still has investigators putting together the pieces of what took place. The body was found in the gym at Lowndes County High School early Friday morning. Now, Lowndes County Sheriff Prine officially released the name of the deceased individual today as 17-year-old sophomore Kendrick L. Johnson. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Sheriff Prine says the incident is slightly puzzling, but one the department is working hard to find answers for.
All I can say is that until an autopsy is done, we cannot determine the cause of death. It does not appear to be any trauma to the body, so, this autopsy is going to be very important to us.
An autopsy is set to be performed Monday on Johnson, which authorities hope will lead to a cause of death for the 17-year-old sophomore.
should I not stand up for the people in my own home? Should not you stand up? And above all, should not we stand up for our young people and say,
Lowndes County Sheriff Prine officially released the name of the deceased individual today as 17-year-old sophomore Kendrick L. Johnson. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Lowndes County Sheriff Prine officially released the name of the deceased individual today as 17-year-old sophomore Kendrick L. Johnson. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body. Johnson was reportedly found in the gym next to several rolled-up mats and suffered no gunshots or trauma to his body.